back. So today I'm just going to do a short little sequence going over Sun Salutation A, or our basic vinyasa flow. Sometimes you might be in a class and hear the teacher say, take your vinyasa flow, and you might not know what that means. If you're taking any of my other classes on YouTube, I do say that. So I'm just going to take this time to go over this Sun Salutation with you so you'll understand it better in any future classes. So starting in Tadasana, so that is our basic mountain pose. Feet are about hip distance apart, planted firmly on the earth. Shoulders stacked over hips, arms out to either side. This angle from hips to hand is your carrying angle. That's going to determine how you are more comfortable in certain poses like downward dog, handstand, plank. Instead of having your hands like this and up like this, you might actually need them a little bit wider depending on your carrying angle. Your pelvis is going to be slightly tipped up and your tailbone slightly tucked down. Not overdoing it. We don't want to do this or this. Just standing nice and straight, core pulled in, ribs knit in, strong mountain pose. From here we inhale, lift your hands up towards the sky. Maybe they clasp together. Sometimes you'll cue a slight back bend. As you exhale, hinge forward at the hips. You can bring your hands to heart center or swan dive down, making sure that you maintain a micro bend in the knee, coming down towards the earth. Uttanasana, forward fold. Maybe your hands touch the ground, maybe they come to blocks, onto your shins, as long as you're not placing them directly on your knees. Slight rounding of the back here, just letting gravity take over, head hangs down. Inhale, halfway lift. So generally you'll place your hands on your shins, straighten out your back, gaze shifts forward. Nice straight line from tailbone to crown of head. Sometimes you can have the tips of your fingers on the ground if your arms are long enough. Exhale, you'll forward fold again. Inhale, sweep back up. That's step one. So hinging forward, halfway lift, planting the palms. So you might need to bend your knees a lot more to do this. Planting them firmly on the ground, step back to plank position. So this is where your carrying angle might come in handy. Your hands might be a little bit wider than shoulder. As long as they're stacked somewhere under where your shoulder girdle is, fingers spread wide, palms planted firmly on the earth. You're going to be high on your toes here. Tailbone tucked just like in Tadasana, so slightly tucked under. Gaze is down towards the hands. You don't want to look up, it'll cause your hips to sag. You don't want to look back at your toes, it'll cause your hips to lift. You're going to shift forward. Shoulders are going to pass the fingers and lower through Chaturanga. So what that looks like is elbows are tucked close towards your side, coming down at a 90-degree, chest to floor. Untuck your toes, plant those tops of the feet onto the mat, keeping your elbows drawing towards one another, tucked in towards the side body. Your hands are going to land somewhere beside your chest. They should be at your lower rib cage, so you could always push them back a little bit. Gaze will be down towards the ground. Inhale, press gently through the palms, baby cobra. So roll the shoulders back, feet stay on the earth, gaze draws forward, chest is open towards the front. Exhale, release. Inhale, press through the palms, hips shift back. You can either come to child's pose, so hips will come to heels, belly to thighs, forehead to mat. Or if you're going directly into another sequence, you'll tuck the toes, press through the hands, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. From here, palms are planted firmly on the earth again. Slight bend in the knees for most people. Heels are going to reach towards the earth. If they don't touch, that's okay. Pressing through the index finger and thumb, spin the biceps forward towards the front of you so that the elbow crease is spinning forwards. Wrist crease forward, fingers forwards. Gaze is down towards your shins. Your ears will be about in between your biceps. This is downward facing dog.
Pause here, draw the belly button in towards the spine. Inhale,
gaze shifts forward. From here you can walk, step your feet to meet your hands, and then you're back in that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Now you can repeat the sequence multiple times in a row. The faster you go, the more fire you'll build in the body, and the more of a workout it'll be. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, hands and gaze sweep upwards, Urdhva Hastasana, maybe mini back bend. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, plank position. Shift shoulders forward, lower through Chaturanga all the way to the ground, untucking the toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Maybe press through the palms, high cobra, elbows stay tucked in towards the side body. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, inhale, shifts hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pause here, breathe. Inhale, gaze shifts forward. Maybe you hop. Feet to the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands and gaze sweep upwards, maybe mini back bend. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Maybe you hop right through Chaturanga, not lowering all the way to the ground, untucking the toes, pressing up, hips stay lifted. This is upward facing dog, so a variation you can take instead of cobra. Breathe here, tuck the toes, hips shift up and back, downward facing dog. One more time, inhale, gaze shifts forward. Walk, step, or float the feet to meet the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands and gaze sweep upwards, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinging forward at the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, jump back, lower through Chaturanga to cobra or up dog. Inhale, shifts hip up and back, downward facing dog. Repeat process. So the faster you go, the more cardio you'll build. Hopefully this clears something up for you, and feel free to just do it in the morning, a couple times as a morning practice, or just when you can't come up with any other yoga sequence, just take a sun salutation. Thank you.